Ladies and gentlemen, what is up, and welcome today to a 4-star Gambit rank up and gameplay video. So in this weekend's arena, Gambit was the basic champion, and we went for about 5.6 million. I thought the cutoff was going to be about 5 million in the first round, but it turned out just to be over 4 million, which I was a little bit surprised about, especially for a new character. But that might mean that he's a little bit more expensive in the second round, because you did have the tier 4 basic overlapping. However, today, we're going to do some 4-star Gambit rank up and gameplay. So we're going to take on Maestro in the final chapter of Act 4. It's something I haven't ever done on a rank up and gameplay video, but I thought, you know what, let's change it up a little bit. We usually go for Thanos, but he's like way too easy. Like every time we do him now, it's just absolute face roll. So let's go for Maestro. I have a lot of revives and potions about to expire literally today. So I thought, you know what, we can die like a few times and it's going to be alright. So let's go ahead and claim that. So we got the Gambit and the Black Panther. So this is my first time getting Gambit, if it wasn't blindingly obvious by my excitement, guys. There's a lot of hype for Gambit today. While he isn't, like, maybe necessarily the best champion in the game, he's a very cool-ass champion. And that's what the game is all about. It's getting some cool-ass champions, doing some cool-ass quests, so it should be pretty good. Now, today's rank up part of the video might be a little bit slow. I might fast forward through a bit of this because we have a lot of like really cheap ISO to funnel into him. I unfortunately don't have much 5k ISO in my stash at the moment. But yeah, we should get him up hopefully pretty quickly to 330 and then we can take him against Maestro. So, we've finally got Gambit to rank 3 in level 30, which means he's kind of dusted off at about 2,895 PI, which is pretty good, especially for an unduplicated champion. Now, Gambit, he's a little bit of a weird character to play, because a lot of the damage from Gambit comes from kind of dashing back and holding block and getting these charges, and then using a heavy attack to convert them to increase special damage, and when he's duped, this also gives him more crit damage as well. So I'm interested to see like how effective an unduped Gambit is going to be actually when it comes to kind of the final chapter of Act 4 and whether or not we're going to be able to do the content. It shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad at all. So let's have a quick look. So each kinetic charge will give us 16% increased special damage for 9.5 seconds. So you know that should allow us to get off like a really strong level 2. Unfortunately, we're not going to use an Awakening Gem on Gambit. Just don't think he's quite worth it yet, unless we do this chapter and we're like, damn, this character is actually amazing. But I'm not too sure. We'll see. And he also has increased physical resistance, providing that you have not lost 20% of your maximum health, so you're 80% plus. You got a little bit more physical resistance and resistance to bleed as well, which shouldn't matter too much. Hopefully, we're not going to get hit at all during this video. That is the ideal, guys, that we play really well, but sometimes I'm a bit of a scrub, so we're going to have to see. So what else do we have? Gambit's ability accuracy increases by 2% for each kinetic charge he has during special attacks. So that increases the chance to stun and also apply his ability accuracy reduction. I actually didn't know about that little caveat with the kinetic charges there, but it still doesn't make the ability accuracy reduction 100%. So I don't know. Might be interesting. Let's give it a go anyway. Let's see this character in action. What synergies does he have? Oh, he gains additional crit with Magneto. That's actually potentially really good because we're going to be using the mutant team anyway to kind of beef this guy up. So getting even more crit is always pretty decent. So let's go to the final chapter. So we've loaded up the mutant crit team synergy. So we have Gambit kind of as our main character that we want to use in today's video. Although we're probably going to have to use Storm and Wolverine to deal with a couple of the enemies. There's a physical resistance Hulk who Gambit won't deal with very well. And also the Arc Overload Iron Man. I don't think Gambit's going to be very good on that one. But for Maestro and a few of the other fights, we're going to get to test Gambit out a little bit there. So let's go ahead and begin the quest. Very excited for Maestro. Haven't fought him like in a couple of weeks, so I might suck. I might get wrecked by that level 1, but it's going to be fun. So first up on the middle path, we have the physical resistance Hulk. Again, just going to use Wolverine for this one because the physical resistance is plus 80%. So that's like, you know, 20% of your regular damage if you're using like a Gambit or a regular hitting character that doesn't do energy damage. So we're just going to use Wolverine because his bleed's going to be very, very good here, especially for tearing through Hulk's defenses in comparison. And see on the just standard hits like how little damage we're doing, but the bleed's putting in quite a bit of work. Okay, that was pretty bad. Let's hope we can get a little bit better, because if we take many hits with Gambit, well, we're probably in quite a bit of trouble. Right, let's quickly evade that. 7 stacks of bleed. That ain't too bad. It's pretty good. Right, he's almost down, but we definitely don't want to get hit by anything there. Oh, we took a block level 2 there, and that almost wrecked us. Okay, that's it. That's a good game there, boys. So the next fight, we can finally test out our Gambit. I'm a bit ashamed of how many hits we took there against Hulk. That wasn't the finest example of playing I've seen in my days, but it was alright. It was alright. So we've actually been ambushed. Oh no, this is the golden symbiote, right? Oh, this guy's a massive pain in the ass. So he's immune to negative status effects and has like a Spider-Man dodge. Oh, this guy, honestly, he was the worst, the worst part of fully exploring Act 4 for me. I hate this dude. I didn't think we'd get ambushed by this guy. He's like a debuff immune Spider-Man, so he's really annoying to fight. Right, so we're just going to use the Storm to mow through him because, yeah, I really do hate this guy. He's a bit of a... Cyclops was level 1? I don't remember that. Oh, this is all fun and games, boys. So we can't stun him, we can't parry. Just evaded that, but it's sorted. He's done, he's gone, he's in the bin. Next fight, we can finally use Gambit, which I'm pretty excited for. After all this pottering about... Right, so we got Captain America. What does this Captain America have? He has parry, right? So it's basically like fighting a more stacked Captain America in Arena. So we're gonna like dash backward and hopefully gain like a few charges and then try and unleash that with a heavy attack. And then a special 2 would be pretty sweet. Actually, we should probably build up to the special 2 before we go for these charges. Right, we're quite close to a special 2 now. Probably want to bait a special 1 of his. Come on, buddy. Just doesn't want to use a special 1. Oh, okay, we got that there. It's quite hard to gain the charges sometime. Maybe we're not parrying super great today. Yeah, a little bit too early on the parries. Alright, let's wait for this special 1. Again, it's just such a bit of a pain to get off in some fights. Just use the level 2 there. Oh, it looks so sick. I love his level 2 animation. It's so cool. Okay, so we didn't get that. We'll save like the flashy stuff maybe for Maestro. Or we might try on Magic next fight, because that just did not work out very well there. So while it's great in theory that you can charge up this insane damage, in practicality, with all the time spent faffing about, you know, the enemy's usually dead. I wish there was a way to like gain additional charges just while you're kind of fighting by maybe doing certain combos. That's what I'd like for Gambit in the future. Because holding block is not necessarily the most fun mechanic. Do stuff a lot bit more interesting than that. Right, we've got that. Let's use a heavy attack. Boom. We should be able to fire for level 2 now. Hopefully, if we get it in time. There we go. Let's see how much damage this deals. Quite a bit, quite a bit. That was about a, just over a 10k level 2 with 4 charges. Not too bad, not too bad. Especially when he's duped, or awakened, that would have gained, like, so much more crit damage. So, interesting. Very interesting. Right, we're going to chuck a few health potions into this guy. I have, like... Oh, gosh. I have a few hundred of these at the moment in my inventory, so I'm not afraid to just, like, splash them down all the time. Right, we got Ronan. I didn't check Ronan's node, actually, but it's probably going to be the tactic of... Oh, I think it's increased stun, the buff that we the debuff that we've got on ourselves. kind of indicates that a little bit. And as you gain more and more charges, they take slower to charge up. It's a little bit of a pain sometimes. Right, let's go for the parry. Oh no, that was really bad. He's gonna hit me and I'm gonna fold, right? Please not my charges, Ronan. Okay, dude, he didn't take my charges. He's graced me with that. Just can't land a parry today. Right, let's see if that actually... I assume it increases special free damage as well, right? Not by... That didn't... It felt like the level 2 would have hit a lot harder off that, but it stunned him, which is pretty decent. Don't know what that stun does in terms of an additional effect. Ah, it's interesting though. Okay, who do we have up next? I think we've got like a Gamora? Yeah, what does the Gamora do? Special attacks benefit. Okay, more crit damage if you get hit by a special. Hopefully we won't get hit by a special. That is the goal here, the plan. Right, with a Cosmic Symbiote. And let's just chuck a load of health potions into this guy again. Especially for Maestro. Oh, he's going to be a tricky fight. I'm looking forward to him, though. Hopefully, when it comes to Maestro, despite being a bit of a scrub on most of these... Can't believe I missed the parry there as well. Got the intercept, though. Intercept and skills are on point today. Okay, so this guy's basically Captain Marvel, right? I don't know what his special 2 is. I assume it's probably going to be Captain Marvel's, though. Oh no, it's Iron Man's. Okay. Still pretty easy to play around, though. Ah, not too bad. Not too bad. So we got the symbiote down. We have Gamora up next. And then we've got the Arc Overload Iron Man. I think the best option probably for fighting Iron Man is probably going to be my Storm. Actually, could we fight... We'll try with Gambit. We'll try with Gambit, because there's a tactic that we could use, maybe to bypass that. Getting like 4 charges, heavy attack, special 2, very similar to what we did on, what was it, Magic. If we can pull that off, that is a way to get Iron Man down. So we just got to play good. That's pretty much it. Gambit just handles so well. He's like such a fun and satisfying character to play. Oh, a little bit clutch there. Still, even when it didn't crit, it was still fairly decent damage on the special too. But we'll give it a go. We do have the class disadvantage here. Feel like we got this, maybe. I lied. I was completely wrong there. We got wrecked. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached Maestro with Gambit. I feel like this is going to be a really, really tough fight. So he doesn't have Arc Overload, but still... It's probably going to be like a massive pain in the butt to deal with. But I'm looking forward to it. Kind of. We'll see. We'll see if we're still super good at evading those level 1s. But let's just give it a go. Let's get stuck in. Oh, still got it, boys. Still got it. Right, if I use the level 1 here, I can probably chain onto his level 2 to make it a little bit easier to deal with. So I guess that's one of the interesting points about Gambit as well. So that stun from the level 1 can be very useful sometimes. Right, stun again! Yes! Oh, guys, this is brilliant. I'm loving this. Again, dude, come on. Free for free. Let's do this. Oh, that was a little bit tricky there. Should have tried to chain on the level 1 again. Ah, we're on the level 2 here, so we might get another level 1. Oh! Not too bad, boys. Not too bad. Pretty good. I was really surprised that I managed to evade all the level 1s again. Your boy still has those skills from Labyrinth of Legends. So today's video was a little bit of a fiesta, but I'd like to thank you if you've got this far for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the Gambit takedown with Maestro. I'm really surprised that we managed to do it in one go, actually. That was the fight that I was kind of dreading the most. I thought it's been quite a while since I fought Maestro, so I thought we were going to die quite a few times to his level 1, but it was actually a little bit easier than I remember, so that was really, really good to get him down on the first try with Gambit. Gambit himself, I'm really, really enjoying his gameplay. I just wish that his kind of kinetic charge mechanic was more built into combat instead of dashing backward, because I don't really consider that like too fun or too interactive. It's a little bit clunky. So it's not one of my favorite mechanics, if I'm completely honest. But anyway, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Apart from that, hope you enjoyed today's video. Take care and have an absolutely fantastic day.